Hello, and welcome to World Religions, Washburn University, Fall 2017. My name is Chris Jones, and I am the professor for that class, and I am super excited to meet all of you on Tuesday. Before our first meeting, I wanted to let you know a little bit about the class, and I wanted to ask you to think about a couple of things before we meet on Tuesday. There are no readings due, there are no assignments due for the first day of class, but there's a couple things I wanted you to think about before we meet. So, first of all, about the class. The class is called World Religions, and we are going to be studying a range of religions across the world. We're going to look at Christianity and Islam and Buddhism and Hinduism and African Yoruba. And then we're going to spend a lot of our time in class reading memoirs written by people who are practitioners of one or more of these faiths, and look at how they practice their religion on the ground. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is the textbooks for the class. I haven't assigned a conventional world religions textbooks. Those tend to be between $70 and $120, and frankly, they're not that good. What I've done instead is I've asked you to buy a few relatively inexpensive paperbacks. So the first book we're going to use, and this one you need to get right away, is Stephen Prothero's book, God Is Not One. This is going to be the book we're going to read first in the class. Luckily, brand new, I think it retails for $12. It can be had used for under $8. The bookstore should have used copies, and if it doesn't, you're welcome to try online retailers as well. But make sure and get that book. Later on in the term, we're going to look at 4 other books. And again, all of these are relatively inexpensive. You can get them used. You can get Kindle editions of them, whatever you need to do to keep costs down. We're going to look at Kira Narayan's My Family and Other Saints to study Hinduism. We're going to look at Jan Willis's book, Black Baptist and Buddhist, Dreaming Me, about Christianity and Buddhism. And then at the end of the course, we're going to look at Mama Lola, studying, right here, there we go, studying Haitian Voodoo, which is an offshoot of Yoruba, and we're going to look at Islam through the memoir of Ali Ettira's Children of Dust. So we will be looking at those books in class. You'll need to have them. Let me know what you need to do to get a hold of them. That's the first thing. Second thing we need to talk about is a couple of things in Desire to Learn. So I'm going to minimize the talk screen here and get into that. All right, so here we are in Desire to Learn. This is a student view, so this is roughly what you would see from your home page. You want to go into World Religions, and then once you're in here, go right ahead into Content, because the first thing I wanted to point out to you is the syllabus, which is under Content, under Overview, and I will not be handing out a paper copy of the syllabus on the first day of class. I will project it on the board. I'll go through the syllabus with you, but I don't want to print a bunch of copies of something because a lot of students don't use paper. I don't like to use paper. So, if you get a chance before class, take a moment, read through the syllabus, and see if there are any questions you have about the class before we meet for the first time. Okay? And then I will talk you through it on the first day of class. And you can always find it here on Desire to Learn. The third thing I wanted to talk about is there's one thing I'd like you to do before the first day of class, and it's this. I've put a personal introduction survey on Desire to Learn in the first module called Before We Start, oddly enough. This is a short survey. I just ask a few questions about you so I can get to know you a little bit before we meet, and so that I can understand better what you need to succeed in the class. So I'm going to ask you, what name do you want me to call you in class? What pronouns do you use? So I can make sure and get those right. What campus orgs are you involved in? Where have you been exposed to religion previously? What do you know about religion coming into the class? What are you excited about being able to contribute? What concerns do you have about the class that I could maybe help to address before we get into things? And then lastly, is there anything else about you that I need to know to help serve you best as a professor? So only I see these, so feel free to be honest and let me know how I can best help you. So thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, and have a lovely weekend. Goodbye.